All right, and I wanted to before we close out here, I wanted to kind of like bridge the gap if you guys were comfortable with this. If you guys were open to maybe say a little nice positive saying or a little prayer as we exit out of this conversation, maybe maybe based on this conversation or viewers who will watch this, or a prayer to what's all the the tough things that are going on in the world as we see today, and praying, hoping for positivity in better times. But if there's anything, it doesn't have to be long, something shorter, a little saying, if you guys were okay with that.
I pray that the Lord would be with you. I pray um, that you would seek Him with all your heart, and that you would, you know, want to know Him, right? Because He is a loving God, and He does care for you and what you're going through, whatever it may be. Um, I just feel that it's important to know, um, because people don't feel love, and people try to find fulfillment in different types of spaces, and it never works out for them, and they just go down this endless rabbit hole until you know time is up. Um, so be willing to surrender yourselves to the Lord, right, and submit yourselves to the Lord, um, because He is a true provider, and uh, nothing that you nothing that you do will fulfill you um, in this world, right? Money, fame, popularity, lust, the desires of the flesh, none of it will fulfill you. But the Lord is faithful, and the Lord will be with you. And yeah, the Lord is good. Jesus is faithful and loving and is with you if you're willing to seek Him. So just prayers for that for people that are listening, that they would seek to know the Lord.
I would say that I want to focus this message on specifically Muslim and Christian unity in times of difficulty. And I would like to add a couple quotes from the Quran that specifically talks about Muslim and Christian unity. One urges Muslims to engage in constructive dialogue with Christians and people of different beliefs, which is what we did today. And it says, "Say, O people of the scripture, come to a word that is equitable between us and you, and will not worship except God and not associate anything with Him and not take any other as lords." Then Surah Al Ma'idah, which says, "You will surely find the most intense of people in animosity towards the believers to be the Jays and those who associate others with God. And you find the nearest of them in affection to the believers those who say we are Christians. That is because among them are priests and monks and because they are not arrogant." So I would say that us as Muslims and Christians, we need to, instead of focusing on our differences, which we can sort out later, we need to focus on the more pressing issues, which are the fact that our children are being brainwashed by a certain elite. They are destroying the holy lands of Jerusalem, which we all three faiths share. And it's not only Muslims in Palestine that are being killed, but it's also Christians in Palestine. We look at India, for example, the what they've done to minorities is not only Muslims that are being targeted, it's also Christians that are being targeted. So instead of the vitriol we throw at each other online, especially with all these guys yelling Allahu Akbar and Christ is King in different Twitter spaces or Sneeko and Zerka's YouTube or Rumble channels or whatever they're doing, we need to band together and focus on more pressing issues. And that's sorting out the issues we see in society. For example, I'm one to say that we shouldn't have illegal immigration, but the ones that are there already, we need to find a way to assimilate them into society. And we can only do that by building bridges rather than having far right gangs going around and desecrating holy places. Or even on the flip side, you have certain immigrant groups outright attacking far right groups or destroying pubs or whatever. We should not be doing that. Rather, we should be sitting down and focusing on dialogue and reconciliation. When, as I stated again, I'm going to say it again, we have more pressing problems to deal with. And that is ensuring that the light of God is not lost upon earth.
All right. Well said from both of you. Yeah, this guys, this was an amazing conversation. I can't speak for you guys, but I definitely learned a lot, and you guys helped me learn the difference between both the religions, because you know, there's a lot I didn't know, and you guys helped clarify that. So if any viewers like me that didn't couldn't distinguish the difference or the differences between the religions or the similarities, this was definitely informative. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys again for taking the time to have this conversation. Once again, Eric and Shahab being courageous and brave to speak your minds and know that others will see it as well. And as well as you, Eric, for really taking the courage to do something like this, because I know typically you would not do something like this. But yeah, this was amazing, and I would love to have more conversations where people have different perspectives where they could bridge that gap and have an intellectual conversation without judging one another. Feel free to share your voice, share your voice in the comment section. I think it's important for people to express themselves the way they want to, as long as you're being respectful. And yeah, like and share this if you like content such as this. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys next time, and take care.